Hello everyone, this is Double XP, your host on The Hot Drop, featured only on the #1 gaming and streaming podcast network, TBK Podcasts, available on iTunes, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, or your favorite podcast listening platform. The only place you need for gaming and streaming. On this week's show, the Twitch Council, Xbox Series X vs. PlayStation 5, and you best believe, Stream University's tip or two. So first thing we're going to get into is the Twitch Council. The internet, Twitter, everybody and their grandmother with opinions is in an uproar about this Twitch Safety Council thing. I mean, if you're a social media gangster, you probably trolled and commented about it too. You all know what I'm talking about. So what is the Twitch Safety Council? Well, the Twitch Safety Council is a band of merry men coming together and trying to make sure you as a streamer on that platform are safe. Whether it's physical, emotional, whatever. They're trying to make sure you're safe. Why the Twitch Safety Council? I don't know. I'm going to give a long pause for that. I don't have an answer for you. Why? I guess corporate needed to find a way to better protect themselves or create a program to get other people involved into this to show face or to show the public and to the community itself that they are doing something about trolling and negativity and harassment and cyberbullying and everything else that goes on with that. That's what they're there for. Now, what is the composition of the Safety Council? So the Safety Council is comprised of some business professionals, let's say a PhD in mental health, psychology, psychologist, but let's say mental health. Some other business partners, along with at least a handful of Twitch partners. Now, these Twitch partners were selected and, provided that they believed in the route Twitch wanted to go to. They believe in it, so they were picked. They were outspoken. They had a very popular and strong community to provide the message, and that was a big part of that. They had to have a big community as well. Well, they do. And speak about outspoken, that's kind of ironic, considering this whole Twitch safety is up in an uproar because one of their own council panel members was taken out of context, or maybe it was the real thing. I don't know. I wasn't in the stream. I don't even follow that person, so it doesn't matter to me. But I've read about 50,000 sides to the story. I'm not taking anybody's sides, but the fact is it revolved around one Twitch panel member from the Safety Council. Just one. Things were taken out of context or maybe it was the truth. I don't know. So let's say both. Either it was perceived the wrong way or it's factual. I'm not going to judge it. And Twitch found it necessary that they kind of had to pull back some strings or whatever and put out a public announcement. So outspoken probably bit them in the ass if you want to tell me. Do we really feel the Twitch Safety Council is necessary? Well, here comes my opinion. Here is Double XP, master of nothing, knowledge of nothing. But let me give you my opinion. My opinion on the Twitch Safety Council is no, it's not necessary. I think it's a bunch of fluff, to be honest with you. I think they are doing things so they can save face and say, we're doing something great to protect y'all, and not do anything. Really? I mean, how many times have they done something similar or had different programs ran, and it doesn't really benefit the community? It just turns around and says, Twitch is doing a good thing, buy my stock, whatever on the business aspect. Because somehow the PR department says, we need to do something about this. What are we going to do? And some guy woke up the next morning and said, Jim, we're going to make a safety council. Let's get some professionals and spend money, and let's get partners because they're the best for us. Look, you want to know the truth? Follow the friggin' terms of service. If you follow and uphold the terms of service, you don't need a safety council. So Twitch, follow your own terms of service. If people get too crunk in someone's stream and they're reported, nix them. Bye, Felicia, and all that other stuff. Homie, don't play that status. If they violate terms of service as far as cyberbullying, talking crap, lewd this, whatever, but whatever it takes, because obviously you can go back in the footage and see. It's on your, content distribution network. You can see it on AWS. Go back, and if that report is valid because of some getting too crunk or ghetto-ish or, just harassment and tearing somebody down because they are a certain demographic, whether it's LGBT or whether it's African American or whether it's transgender, it doesn't matter. If you are a demographic or you're an analytical figure that can be parsed and put into a category as a streamer, you're probably going to get attacked. It happens. Trolls are there, and that's why they live under bridges and they come out for like an hour a day to come harass people. But I understand the concept. I understand why it's done, and they need to get a grasp of the trolling. Wait, I got it. I have the answer. Terms of service. That's right, 3 words, terms of service. You violate the terms of service, you're out. So that's it. That's it. That's my opinion on it. That is the double XP in your face factual opinion. I know people have them like other parts of the body, but this is real deal Holyfield stuff right here. Follow the terms of service. And you don't need a Twitch safety council. And you don't need to save face. And you don't need to protect, because you're doing your job by enforcing the terms of service. So what are the requirements to be part of the council? Obviously, for streamers, you had to be a partner. You have to have a following, like a huge following. I don't know. Maybe you have a following like Evander Holyfield. Maybe you have a following like some of those UFC fighters. Maybe you have a following as huge as some Instagram models. Who knows? All I know is you had to have a huge following. And you had to be outspoken. You had to be true to yourself and your opinion, regardless of what people thought about your opinion. You had to stand up for what you believed is right and be passionate. And that part of that passionate and stand up for what you believe in kind of goes astray sometimes, because that's where you get into what happened with the drama on social media. So, I don't know about you. I don't know how we're going to honor the Twitch Safety Council. If you think it's doing a good job, let me know in the comments and just tweet me out on Twitter at X_XP_X. Let me know if you agree with the Twitch Council or you don't. Because to me, I'm going to tell you right now, Twitch Safety Council gets F's in chat. Right now. Click F in chat. Done. Go to a streamer. F in chat. Twitch Safety Council. F in chat. Period. Because I bet you some of the people on the panel are kind of displeased about the drama, and now they might be rethinking it. Do I really want to be part of this? Twitch didn't need the drama. They didn't. F's in chat. Epic fails. Before we get to the second segment of the show, I want to remind everybody, if you're enjoying the podcast, just even the few minutes of it, make sure you like us, subscribe to us, make sure you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Outcast, Shoutcast, even on YouTube if we put it there. Make sure you like it, and if you want to comment about the show, make sure that you find me on Twitter, X_XP_X, and use the hashtag TBK podcasts. Now, for the second part of the show, we're going to talk about Xbox and PS5. Now, we all know they've been in war forever. And what I mean by war is the fan base is the fan base. You're either an Xbox guy or a PS guy. And if you like both, you probably have a Nintendo Switch. PS has the PlayStation camp has been killing it probably since Xbox 360. So pretty much definitely at the end of PS3 all the way to PS4, they've been crushing it. They've been outdoing sales and everything against Xbox. And Xbox is trying to reel that back in and say, nah, bro, this is our stage. We own this. And we're going to go through a quick comparison about that. Xbox versus PlayStation 5. Specs were released online and everybody and their grandmother on blogs, whatever. Matter of fact, you can go to the TBK Gaming blog and you can read some of the specs and the comparisons there as well. But we're going to get into it. You know, the Xbox released information pertaining to specs and abilities. PlayStation has not truly released anything. No info. Except a cute video about the controller. We'll get to that in a minute. But compared to the specs, Xbox is in the lead in all categories minus one. You know what that category is? The hard drive, the solid state drive. So, in layman's terms, your PlayStation games will load faster than Xbox. That's it. Everything else is Xbox. When you compare the specs, whether it's the teraflops, whether it's the RAM, just everything there, Xbox takes the cake. Now, I did mention this controller. The PS5 controller, I give a gazillion thumbs up. It is sexy. That PS5 controller is amazing. I wish Xbox stole the idea. Somehow made it an Xbox version, but took the idea of the PS5 remote. The PS5 controller is very sexy, and in my opinion, it outdoes the newer Xbox controller. The PS5 controller customizations, as teased, are fire. Call the fire department. They are fire. Matter of fact, the controller is so hot, you can actually find a review on it on YouTube under TBK News and look for that PS5 controller review. You get to see everything about it. The thumbsticks, the removable trigger controllers, that customization that you get, the new contour design so it fits in your hand like a Twinkie. I don't know where that euphemism or analogy came from, but yeah, it fits so good in your hand like a cheeseburger, okay? It's amazing. It's beautiful. Go watch the video on YouTube, TBK News. For sure, you'll love it. Now, we can get into some pricing. Everybody and their grandmother wants to shoot what pricing is. We remember the pricing wars when PS4 and Xbox One came out, and then there was the Xbox One X. Doing some analysis and going back through the histories and everything else, and, you know, all the sales and releases and all this other stuff, going through that historic data, I'm going to speculate. This is Double XP's opinion now. This isn't the official statement from anybody. I'm going to speculate the price is going to be $499 to $599 US dollars. And honestly, give or take, depending on how this goes, there may be a $20 disparity between the consoles themselves, or from what I just stated, maybe it's $479 to $579. Doesn't matter. It's expensive. You better be on Santa's good side. I do know that Halo Infinite is coming out with the bundle, so bundle prices will be different for both consoles. So let me give an example. Xbox X Series X is coming out with the Halo Infinite bundle, and it should cost about, in my opinion, around $649 USD, because that's kind of where we're going with it when it comes to bundles. PlayStation, when they come out with theirs, I don't know what game is going to be bundled with theirs, but I do know the flagship is going to Halo Infinite, Halo 6, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is, and that's what's coming out on the Xbox Series X. So, why is it so much? Obviously, technology costs money, inflation, whatever it is, whatever they thought was feasible in the market, you're going to pay for it if you want it, so obviously the value is dictated by you guys, the consumers. If you don't think it's worth $499 and $599, we'll stick with the last generation consoles and sales will flop until we're forcing them to drop the price. But it looks like it's going to be around $500 to $600. All right? Speculation. I went through the history of the pricing and the launches and everything, so it's a pretty good speculation. I still have room for error. I'm a human and I don't work for Xbox or PlayStation, so I don't know. Now we're going to talk about compatibility. Compatibility goes to Xbox. Why? Xbox wins this category for the simple fact is Xbox stated that all of its games will be backwards compatible, meaning Xbox original, first-gen Xbox games can be played on the new Xbox Series X. That's right, you heard it. Dust off your original old Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo Reach, bust them out, and you can play them on Xbox Series X with the best graphics you can get that the system will allow the CD to run on, or however it is. PlayStation flat out said they're not doing it. Here's their theory. Their theory is they will still support Generation 4, PlayStation 4 consoles and games up to a certain life cycle, but new generation needs new generation games, and they don't want to do the backwards compatibility. Could it be a pricing issue with development? It could be. I'm assuming the technology used in backwards development of gaming is a little bit costly, so it ups the price. Maybe this is their way to turn around and sneak under Xbox's price point because they're not offering backwards compatibility technology, meaning PlayStation 5 games can only be played on a PlayStation 5 and PS4 games, etc. on their respective consoles. That's kind of sad. But I understand the theory behind it. I do. It's legitimate. It's a business call. I don't have to like it. I don't work for PlayStation. It doesn't matter to me. But that's what it's going to be. They're going to focus on next-gen development while still supporting the life cycle of PlayStation 4 for a couple more years. Probably until they drop the price of the PlayStation 5. Then they'll cut the 4 out and say, okay, everybody go get a 5 now because we ain't going to support it anymore. Who knows? Let's get into something else. How about some game releases? We've already seen gameplay teased on the internet and on the websites and everything on Xbox. The Xbox camp has been doing PR hand and foot, totally putting PlayStation 5 in like that fatality submission move. They literally threw the brutality Mortal Kombat style when it comes to the PR camp at Xbox. So I know we're waiting for June and that got delayed, but Xbox is already throwing some stuff out and they're going to have an update in July. They teased the gameplay. You see how awesome it is in some of these new games. So obviously the first game coming out, probably in a bundle, more than likely, will be Halo Infinite. Master Chief, from his days of Petty Officer all the way to still Master Chief in it, is coming out, dropping over, and he is going to do his thing with God knows what other supporting characters. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just saying that's probably one of, if not the first game to come out. There's going to be other games that come out for sure, but another one I want to touch up on is this new horror flick. And I say it's a horror flick because I think it's done like a movie. It's called Medium. Medium is going to be the new horror game. Amazing graphics. It is so scary that you're probably definitely going to want to play with the lights on and hug your teddy bear the whole time. It will make you jump and everything. I watched the review, I watched the trailer, and I turned around and said, I'm not sleeping for a couple days. And it takes a lot to scare me. So that's another great game coming out, Medium. As far as other game releases, I don't know. PlayStation's been hush-hush. We're still going to have to wait some more of what's going to be released. Speaking about releases, PS and Xbox will have their own specific console games. Halo will never come to PlayStation. PlayStation has their own specific games that are only available on PlayStation. Now granted, developers and studios of games will more than likely, let's say Call of Duty, we'll use Call of Duty as an example. Call of Duty will be released more than likely on PlayStation before Xbox. Period. They have the contract, whatever the deal is, it's like that. If they build another Street Fighter 6, more than likely, because Street Fighter 5 was PlayStation only, that might be a PlayStation only game. Or they're definitely going to release it for a certain amount of time on PlayStation before they whittle that back and try and get some Xbox Series X sales. If they're going to do that, I hope Street Fighter 6 comes and it's on Xbox. I just hope. So, I mean, that's all we know. Like, Destiny 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever's going to come out for this particular generation of games. Because if you notice, generation of consoles have now been about 7 years. A console is 7 years, where a PC you're upgrading every 2 years. I mean, let's be real. About every 2 years, if you're a really hardcore gamer, you're going to upgrade your PC. So consoles last about 7 years before they start pitching the new one, and almost at the 8-year mark, the new one is out. Don't forget, everybody, if you enjoy this show, The Hot Drop, then make sure you smash that follow button, subscribe button, rate it 5 stars, drop comments. Make sure you find me, the host, Double XP, on Twitter at X_XP_X, and use the hashtag TBK podcasts. Tell me what you think of the show, because we are the #1 streaming, gaming, and esports show for you on the TBK Podcast Network. Okay, everybody, this is the last segment. We're going to talk about streaming. And welcome to Stream U. That's right, Streaming University, brought to you by Double XP. And presented by yours truly, TBK Podcasts and TBK Media. So Stream University is streaming tips. That's what we're going to give you. We're going to run series of streaming tips, how to be a better streamer and content creator. We're going to try and break it down from the beginning. This is the genesis of Streaming University right here. And we will break down some of those basics of streaming as we start the series, yeah. I mean, basics comprised of self-discovery. Let's talk about that. Self-discovery. That's kind of like a tip in its own. You need to ask yourself, why do you want to stream? What is your motivation, your goals? And I ask that because if your goal is money, you better get a side job if you want to make streaming your full-time job. So do 40 hours there and then turn around and do some time somewhere else. Because in the beginning, you're not going to make bank like you think. Unless you're an Instagram model or already some type of known household name. If Ice-T said, I'm going to stream my Call of Duty games, he going to make a gazillion followers because that's Ice-T. I mean, think about it. He's already a personality. Who don't love Ice-T? He just gives it to you real. Really, real. Gotta love the man. Shout out to my boy at Final Level on Twitter. Find him at Final Level on Twitter. That's your man Ice-T representing. Always. And he plays some COD, no doubt. And he shares that he plays COD. Anyway, back to that. So if that's your goal is money, you better get a side gig for your full-time streaming. Matter of fact, don't quit your day job because you need to build your community, and I'm being real with you. Stream because you love it. Stream because you want to meet people. Stream because you want to build a community. Oh, and then, by the way, you could make money doing it. Stream because you're an awesome player and you want to get picked up by an organization. You want to be part of the next FaZe Atlanta for Call of Duty. You want to be part of whoever for the next Dota. You want to be part of, the Toronto OWL, the Overwatch League. Stream. Have fun. Highlight your clips. Be you. The money will come later. But that's part of your self-discovery, your motivation. What are your goals? Are they obtainable? Are they reachable? Are they reasonable? You got to write those things out. Another thing you need to think about is what platform to stream to, or if you want to restream. We all know Twitch has a lot of people. The competition is fierce in Twitch, just to get 3 views to make affiliate. Mixer, kind of the same way, but not as bad. And it's not because Ninja and Shroud came over. It's because I want to say it's a little bit more laid back. It's a little bit more friendlier. And the Microsoft Mixer Xbox arena of the Microsoft world, they uphold terms of service. They don't take no jokes or no jives. So that could be another thing too. And everybody seems a lot more pleasant. A lot less trolls are on Mixer than Twitch. You can want to stream to Theta.tv, a blockchain platform, or like DLive, another blockchain platform, and earn cryptocurrency while you're streaming. I know that's what I do. I stream on Theta.tv. Matter of fact, you can find me on Theta.tv. Go right now to xp.theta.tv and smash a follow button and like me on Theta.tv. And while you're watching me, you can earn cryptocurrency. You can buy subs with that. You can buy equipment with that. So there's a lot of things you could do. It just depends on what platform you want to stream to. Hell, it can be Facebook gaming if you want. That's pretty big. It's getting big. Everybody has Facebook supposedly. Sooner or later, there might be Instagram gaming or Snapchat gaming. Who knows? I mean, people are already throwing clips on TikTok. But you got to know if you want to stream to one simple platform or you want to restream. Now, here's my tip. I would restream. Restream to everything you can and then figure out what's working. Take about 2-3 weeks to restream, a month to restream. And if you haven't made affiliate or partner or you're not going to break anybody's terms of service by restreaming, then you take those analytics out of those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks and say, you know what? I'm getting more love and support here than there. I'm going to cut them out. Stream on Twitter if you want. It doesn't matter. Or if you have just about the same thing, from that you want to turn around and say, okay, I'm done with restreaming. Now I'm going to make a schedule where some of these days I focus on the one single platform and see how it goes. That's an idea to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can either start straight single or saturate the market with your awesomeness and then cut down from there and see what really works by using the analytics provided. A great company for that, Restream.io, Mob Crush. There's others. Depends what you game or how you game. Speak about how you game and what you game. Let's talk about that equipment. What equipment are you starting with? A broken down PC? Are you using your mobile phone? Are you using a good PC? Do you have a webcam, no cam? How's your lighting? How's this, that? It doesn't matter. That is a whole series on its own. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. But you have to think about what equipment you have and compare that to what equipment you need as a minimum or what equipment you need as a baseline. And then what equipment do you need to upgrade to? Those are important things. You also have to look at your supporting peripherals, like I mentioned earlier. Do you have lighting? Do you understand lighting comes in 3 different directions? So the best lighting is in front of you, to the sides, whatever. So there's not all these crazy shadows going on. Do you have a green screen that you have to worry about shadows? If you don't have a green screen, put a light in front of your face, go blind and play your game because you don't have to worry about shadows all over the place. But you still can have dark areas on your face when you stream. Just saying. But that's up to you. So do you have a webcam, no webcam? Do you have the lighting? Do you have the green screens? Do you have a good microphone? Let me tell you, lurkers don't watch. And that's a fact. Lurkers don't. They go to your channel, they say hi, they collect experience or whatever they do, and they listen to you. Having a mic is imperative. You have a good mic. If you're just starting out with a decent mic on your headset, that's fine. I understand. It's okay. Build yourself up. But you need to get yourself a good streaming mic. Or just get yourself the best thing on the market you can stream for streaming and podcasting. Doesn't matter. Do you want to go USB or XLR? You figure that out. We'll talk about some of that stuff in a later series about mics and all this and all these accessories that you need. You just need basics. Basically, you need a PC, a console, some games, that's it, and a way to stream. Speaking about that, consoles and PCs, what are you going to stream on? Do you have the hardware to handle the stream for a PC? Do you have the hardware that you need to connect to your console to push the stream? If you're doing a setup like console to PC, like I play Xbox, I stream on console. It goes through the PC through a capture card. That's an additional piece of hardware I had to purchase, and then it goes out to my streaming platform, theta.tv. So you have to know that. Do you have two PCs? One that is built for streaming and one that is built for playing games. Are you playing games on both when it comes to PC, there's a lot of variables. When it's console, it's a console. It's the PC, laptop, whatever, just to push the broadcasting software out there, which we'll get to that in a second. And bam, you're done. Speak about broadcasting software. Do you know which one you want? Research that. So you need to research that part. Do you want to go with XSplit, OBS, Slobs? There's so many out there. Muxy, there's so many out there. Even Twitch has their own type of thing you can stream right to and use that as a broadcasting. They're trying to make it easier for streamers. Anything to grab you to that Twitch platform, baby. Anything. You just need to know. Now let's talk about your internet. That's right, your bandwidth. Do you have good enough bandwidth? Bandwidth is comprised of three things. One is ping, two is upload, three is download, or ping, download, upload. Because if you do a speed test, you need to know your ping, you need to know your download and upload. Ping is how fast you can reach your destination. Obviously, single digits is better. You might run in the tens. My ping is like 11. All right, I wish I can get it down to like 8, but my ping is 11, but I run fiber. Let's say you don't have fiber. Let's say you have cable internet like everybody else, Time Warner, Spectrum, Verizon, who cares? But you have a coaxial cable that goes into your router, and then you have your cables. Do a speed test. Your download is really for your gaming, processing the gaming, getting it in and seeing the game. That's download, like as if you were watching Netflix. Upload is your streaming and your controls. Let's say you're playing Call of Duty. Every time you move a thumbstick or a directional or press the trigger, that's an upload. That's bits of data uploaded. I'm going to tell you right now, you can get away with streaming at 5 megabytes a second. Highly discourage it. Go for 7 as the minimum, but if you want to take Double XP's advice, I wouldn't touch anything unless you had 10. 10 upload, 30 download, 50 download, 15 upload. Go buy fiber, whatever it is. We'll get to those in later episodes, but those are the three things you need to know. You need to know your bandwidth. Your ping, your download, your upload. Because in your upload, not only is your streaming frames per second and all this bit rate, you also have audio in there that adds to your bit rate. There's an equation. Like I said, I'll get to that another day. You also have to know the streaming market. All right? Streaming is a business. This is the last tip. Learn the business. Learn how to market yourself. Learn how to promote your clips. Look around, research other people and see how that goes. But learn the market and the business of streaming. That's all you have to do. Those are a couple quick 5 tips that I babbled in your ear about. But let me tell you, do not overlook those tips at all. And that's all I have. Class was in session. Now we're out for break. And I hope to see you next week with another episode of Stream University. Stream you, for you, to learn and do everything you need. Once again, it's your boy Double XP here. And this is the end. This is the end, beautiful friend. The end. That's right, this is the end of the podcast for this week. Next week, I'm coming back to you. But again, I want to remind you one last time. If you want to advertise, come contact us at info@tbkmedia.com. You can even find us at business@tbkmedia.com. Find us on Twitter or any social media platform at tbkmedia.com. Also, you can find me personally, the host, Double XP, on Twitter at x_XP_X. And you can say, hey, how do I get down? How can I advertise? How can I get my brand out there? Because we will push it. We will take care of you and make sure your brand and your product and your image is done meticulously here live on air. Not to mention please make sure you hit the follow button, you smash the 5-star rating, you share it out to all your friends. Let's get 50 million downloads in the first day. Probably not going to happen. I'll be okay with 50. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'll be okay with 50 the first day. But let's try and double that the next day, and let's roll it like that. But anyway, I definitely want you to smash that follow button, rate us 5 stars, leave comments, let us know. If you find me on Twitter, use the hashtag TBK Podcasts and let me know what you think of the show, if there's any ideas that you want to hear on it as well. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for listening to The Hot Drop.